Hello everyone! Welcome back to Habit English. Have you ever watched an English movie and thought, why can I only hear a few random words? You hear today, school, because, but everything else sounds like one long blur. If that's happening to you, don't worry. It's actually a sign that your brain is learning. Today, I'm going to explain how your brain gradually learns to hear English. Once you understand this process, you will stop worrying and start trusting your progress. Let's begin. Stage 1. You hear individual words. When you first start listening to English, your brain works very hard. It tries to separate every sound, but English is spoken very quickly. Native speakers connect words together. So, instead of hearing complete sentences, you only catch words that you already know. For example, you might hear coffee, tomorrow, happy. That's completely normal. At this stage, you are collecting puzzle pieces. You don't see the whole picture yet. Stage 2. Your brain starts hearing chunks. After enough listening, something amazing happens. Your brain stops hearing only single words. Instead, it begins to recognize chunks. For example, instead of hearing, how are you? You hear, how are you? As one unit. Or instead of hearing, I don't know, you hear, I don't know. This happens because your brain notices patterns. The more often you hear the same expressions, the faster your brain recognizes them. You are no longer translating every word. You are recognizing familiar sound patterns. Stage 3. You hear short sentences automatically. Now, your listening becomes much easier. Instead of focusing on every word, you understand the short sentences instantly. For example, I'll call you later. That's a good idea. What are you talking about? You don't need to think about each word anymore. Your brain processes the whole sentence automatically. This is exactly how children learn their first language. Stage 4. You understand long sentences by meaning groups. This is where many advanced learners arrive. You still don't hear every single word separately. Instead, your brain divides long sentences into meaning groups. For example, listen to this sentence. If you practice listening every day, you will gradually understand English without translating. Your brain doesn't hear one word at a time. Instead, you hear something like this. If you practice listening every day, you will gradually understand English without translating. Notice what happened. Your brain organizes information into meaningful chunks. This makes long sentences much easier to understand. Native speakers don't process the language word by word either. They process ideas. So, if you're only hearing random words today, don't be discouraged. Every advanced English speaker started exactly where you are. First, you hear words, then you hear chunks, then you hear sentences. Finally, you hear ideas. Trust the process. Keep listening every day. One day, you will suddenly realize, wow, I understood that without translating. And that's one of the best feelings in language learning. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep building your English habit with Habit English. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.